Uganda's economy has been projected to grow at a rate of 6% in this financial year, rising from just over 3% in 2021-2022 financial year. Experts have, however, warned that this target may not be reached unless government makes deliberate efforts to reduce on unnecessary expenditure. Government entities like Cabinet, Parliament, local government, among others, have been cited among the several that must be trimmed if the country is to have sufficient funds to invest in the economy.
So simple, if a district cannot raise over 60 to 70% of its revenue, it should be merged with another district. Do we need over 500 members of parliament?
The cost of public administration is not sustainable. It's the biggest. It takes about 7-point-something trillion shillings. That is only in salaries.
Uganda continues to depend on borrowed funds from agencies like the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, Exim Bank, among others. These funds are, however, set to reduce, with World Bank declaring intentions to hold all financial assistance to Uganda as a result of the enacted Anti-Homosexuality Act 2023.
Most of the districts that were created for political purposes. You remember in Tororo somebody chewed a rat that we need a district, and they were given one.
These, as stakeholders and experts come together in the 7th Economic Growth Forum to discuss on how Uganda can foster accelerated economic growth. Some members are concerned that reducing government expenditure would rather limit productivity, as many producers target government.
The productivity of our people, the suppliers, the individuals, the companies that supply to government. Because the moment we say we are reducing government expenditure, there are people who depend on government to sell to government their goods and services. And unfortunately, there are many.
The expectations are that local industries continue to grow and invest in value addition to see more exports. However, there are concerns about majority of the industries that have only continued to add value on imported goods.
Most of the things that we do, we think that things manufactured from outside Uganda is more valuable than what we do here.
Otuke Member of Parliament Paul Omala says rather emphasis should be put on local raw materials if the economy is to grow.
And based on the external shocks that we have experienced during COVID-19 and during the global financial crisis, it means that for your economy to be sustainable, you must now learn to produce goods from within using domestic raw materials.
These have also called for expansion of markets where manufacturers can take their goods and sell them for a profit.
So that we don't rely on government to sell to government, so that we have options. So the idea of broadening our market within the East African community, the regional blocks within Africa and other continents is a good idea. So that when we reduce on government expenditure, the productivity is not directly affected. People will produce normally and sell normally. Then
these efforts, the Private Sector Foundation Uganda chairperson Victoria Sechitoleko says they are hindered by some laws that are segregative, as well as other bottlenecks brought about by government.
So now you have VAT 17-18%, you have corporate income tax 30%, you have this one. So there are multitudes of taxes that really basically crowd a nascent industry trying to grow up.
Interest rates are so high. The cost of production is very high. So we need to work on that.
So for us, what we are saying is walk these small factories, small entrepreneurs to the level of international, but by sorting out the local standards.
Uganda has hit the highest budget record in this financial year with 52 trillion shillings. Much of this, however, is set for debt repayments and salaries and wages, leaving little for investment. Many question how a country like Uganda can grow economically when important sectors are not prioritized. Ramson, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.